It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
That's not a big deal.
All right. So,
Wait, program manager, project manager,
I'm
program
a program engineer.
program engineer. That's it.
yeah. But
I'll
not,
write
not
that. I was trying to
I'm
write
a
that down,
senior
and then I
program
fucking.
engineer.
Have you ever done streaming before, Justin?
No.
Okay.
I drink a lot,
Way too sketchy to stream.
Oh,
You
I-
have to be on Kick, and that's it.
I've been
I think
hardware
it's fine.
ID banned, and I've been voice chat banned, and on.
Yeah.
Well, people like that too.
yeah.
Hey,
They,
Sneak-
they,
Sneeko
want
has
somebody
a
relatable.
platform.
Right.
Sneeko has a platform. Why can't Justin?
Who's
That's
that?
right.
All right.
You do drive streams.
So the
I don't do wet streams.
that was a rough one.
That was really rough.
Remember to get it in front of the lenses.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Patch Notes, Season 3, Episode 6. We are coming at you straight from Green Bay, Wisconsin, with David Spinozone-Shuck, Aaron Vindy Gaskins, Forrest Wolfclock Pelkey, and our very special guest, Justin A Smelly Nacho Chantasena. Justin, how are you this fine evening?
Really good, really good. I actually just want to note that I was actually originally Vindy before Aaron was.
Okay, all
It's
right.
kind of tough. It's
That
tough.
meme will never die.
Yeah, there are multiple Vindicator accounts online
I'm
sometimes.
vindicated, so
That's-
has
yeah.
to, you know.
Move your mic up just a tad. Up.
There it is.
Is
Right.
that better?
Beautiful.
Yeah, a little better.
That's
Yep.
great.
Is that
That's
okay
great.
for you?
Can you still get the Stubborn Brothers straight out of Shawano, Wisconsin? To you?
Hey, shout out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not
Absolutely.
saying they do sponsor us, but if they did, I would say so many nice things about this product. I do think it's delicious.
It is so good,
God.
especially the blackberry.
I bet gamers
okay.
would really appreciate this flavor too. The blackberry.
You know what's crazy is
Citrus.
one of the league players who works at Draft Gastropub in Appleton says they have that on tap.
A lot of places have it on tap.
Blackberry?
Yeah.
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 Blackberry.
Blackberry's delicious.
Oh, you didn't know? Crazy.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure I tried this first at the Wahlburgers in Hy-Vee here.
Oh, yeah.
I discovered Stubborn Brothers because
Actually,
there
that's
was
where
a
I discovered Seven Brothers.
there was a
there too.
it was a Katana Hill.
Yes, the Katana Hill.
Yeah, and so you don't care about any of the other ones when you see the Katana Hill. You're like, "What's this?" And they
Yeah.
tell you it's
That's
sour,
pretty
and
smart.
if they tell you it's sour, you're going to go
I'm
for
going
it,
for
right?
it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
So
going for it.
that is how I discovered
Yeah,
Stubborn
we're
Brothers.
starting a new podcast. It's the Beers and Brews podcast.
If you drank more beer, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
drink
drink enough beer.
Bruise not lose, bruise no lose,
Bruce Nolas?
something like that. We'll
Brew
work on
notes,
it.
kill me now.
In any case, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
so today we have Justin on. Justin,
Hello.
he is part of the family of Nooks. And
Has that been talked about before?
Oh, not on the podcast.
Nah,
Not
never-
really.
never
I mean,
on the
all we've
podcast.
talked about is
Yeah.
that there's a place I
Great.
work that when I was working there a lot meant that I was not able to do episodes here.
True.
And
Yeah.
and that Aaron goes to my workplace sometimes. That's really what's covered it.
Good. We
Yeah,
should
yeah,
never
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about it.
We-
Just kidding.
So,
okay.
Justin and I do work together tangentially, but Justin has known Aaron
Tangibly.
longer than I have. Yeah, we do still live. We live one wall away from each other.
Technically, you could say
You guys
we
are next door
sleep
neighbors.
We are.
together.
You could almost say that. You could more technically say I sleep with my guinea pigs, but I'm less inclined to want to say that.
Yeah.
They're just closer
We
to.
kind of enter each other's dreams.
Every once in a while, Justin is the only one here who has fed Stormy and Neapolitan when I've been away.
Yeah,
So that is
what
one
a
thing.
bro.
that- yeah,
What a bro.
yeah,
Keeping
like
the
actual.
critters alive.
Yeah, he
Do it after you should see his.
Stormy's nads.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
The,
Massive.
yeah.
That's
Could I?
crazy.
Is that? I mean, it's an animal thing, not like a human thing. Could we put? If I sent you a
It's
picture,
natural.
could it come up right here?
I don't.
You know, I would rather
Okay.
not.
It's
Dude,
natural.
they're really. It is
Anyways,
natural.
we're
It's natural.
moving-
It's healthy.
We're moving forward.
The animal kingdom.
So
I'm
Justin,
more dominant than you are. Okay,
Justin,
yeah, go ahead.
so this is a gaming podcast, and you're the first COD bro we've been on because the three of us are not COD bros. So
That's crazy.
well, I guess
you're not a COD bro. You're a COD expert.
Okay,
expert.
I was a COD bro from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 4.
Oh, okay.
What about
All right.
original Modern Warfare?
I mean,
Oh,
I
you're already
played
being
it.
checked.
I played the original,
Tough.
but it wasn't until 2 that I really jumped on because
Sure.
I was like a huge Halo fanboy that refused to play COD at first. You know what I mean?
First
Yeah.
game I played was Halo.
Yeah.
Same.
Company
Well,
involved.
first console game really was Halo.
Sure.
I was thinking about asking you your gaming origin history. Like all of us have different ones. Forrest is long and varied, and it was really excellent. You should all watch that corrupted episode that no one can be able to watch. We've talked about this before. It's our best episode ever that no one will ever see. But you, younger than Forrest, like I am.
Like everybody.
like some of us. But yeah, give us a little bit of your background. What was your first console? What was the first game you remember playing? What was the first game that really captivated you and showed you that maybe this is a
and how
pastime?
old are you?
I'm 26.
You're 26, all right.
But
so
I mean, are we
you're-
talking handhelds or because like
Well, it can
Oh,
be
yeah.
from
Game
Game
Boy
Boy
any.
Advance, Game
Any
Boy Color?
game,
Like,
right.
that was a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
part
Did you
of
start
my-
with Game Boy before consoles?
Oh,
I
absolutely.
I did. Yeah, I had a
was
Game
it
Boy.
Pokemon or was it Mario?
Ooh,
Donkey Kong?
neither.
Tell us.
Which
So,
one?
oh man, this is
Whichever you
tough.
remember
I'm gonna
first.
be honest. It was Tekken. Was the first game I ever played.
Weird.
Yeah, which
wow.
is kind of weird because that's like a like what do you call it? Like a fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah.
just
Like
a fighting
combat game, yeah.
Yeah.
So I started off with that, and that was not it.
No.
I played that for a really long time, and it was like Pokemon. And for some reason, I decided I wanted every color of Pokemon, but I forgot that they're all exactly the same, just different colors. So like right off the bat, I had like the first one I had was Sapphire, and then I was like, I need to have Emerald. So then like my mom got me Emerald, and I was like, wait a minute, this is exactly the same game, just have different Pokemon that
I have
can.
been scammed.
You
Yeah.
can't get Rayquaza in Sapphire.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
God, I have to thank her for that, for getting you involved in the
Think so?
gaming world that way. Yeah.
It kind of corrupted me, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've
because I-
never played a Pokemon game ever.
Really?
You look like you've never played a Pokemon.
Thank you.
Why is that funny?
You wouldn't have said it if you
It's just
didn't
a
think it
factual
was.
statement.
Yeah, this is-
Yep.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, I've never played a Pokemon game ever.
that's interesting.
Yep.
I can
That
tell.
makes a lot
Was
of sense.
was it like League straight from the womb? Were you born in 2009?
No, it was Age of the Empires.
Oh yeah, of course.
You kind of look like a
Mouse ready to
Digimon
go.
kid.
Just
You gotta
was
give me
I was never
Digimon.
in.
As a kid, I rented the Digimon movie from Hollywood Video 13 times.
Wow.
13 times. Yeah,
Since-
yeah.
since
1
we
week
were-
by the Bare Naked Ladies is like the soundtrack of my childhood because it was in that movie, and that was like the first song I really understood.
I don't know what
One,
that is.
it's been 1 week since you looked at me. Don't cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry. 5 days.
Oh, yeah, I know this song. I know
Yeah,
this song.
yeah.
The
a great song.
so we all got Game Boy SPs for Christmas one
shit,
year.
yeah.
Game Boys.
Yeah, because we were traveling a lot. My mom was like, "Okay, this would be a good investment."
Love
Because
your mom.
I think we had the
Laura's a good
GameCube.
lady.
The GameCube was definitely not out. I'm pretty sure when those came out. But the best game I ever played on handheld, and that's the last time I ever played a handheld, by the way, was a Game Boy
SP?
SP. Never
First
touched a
and
handheld ever again.
last.
Yep.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Had an
yeah.
awesome game.
Yeah.
I remember playing that game a ton. That game was
I
super
mean,
fun.
all of the old school Ninja Turtle games were good. It didn't
Yeah.
really matter which one you booted
True,
up.
true.
Because they were all beat 'em ups,
Yep.
and you couldn't fuck up a beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I remember playing the crap out of that game. That was like the only game I even liked. We had Mario Golf.
Yes. I
Yes,
played Mario Golf.
okay.
Mario Golf on Game Boy was.
Dude.
Yes, that was
Yes.
actually fun.
Yes.
I had a lot of fun. I would play like tandem with my brothers.
Awesome.
Okay, that was pretty
Did
fun.
you ever do like tactical stuff on there? Because I remember playing Game Boy,
No.
like Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. That was the first game that
I
ever
was
really
never in-
captivated.
I don't think I was
that
into
was
stuff
so
like
good.
So
Yeah,
good.
dude, that was the first game I ever put 100 hours into.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, maybe I put them into Pokemon, but it didn't. In the game, it didn't have a. It didn't tell me that.
Right.
But
Well,
Final
Pokemon
Fantasy
does,
Tactics.
actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Then I was just dumb when I was playing. I mean,
That's
like,
fine.
yeah, we usually start dumb and get slightly smarter. But
Right.
okay, so then I'll say Final Fantasy Tactics Advance was the first game that I remember telling me I'd played for 1,000 hours.
1,000?
Oh no, 100. I lied. I totally
100.
lied. Yeah, 100. 100.
Forrest
Much
is
more
like,
reason.
"Damn!"
Yeah. That's
was
those,
not
those are your
possible.
numbers. Those are your numbers.
Oh, it's not possible.
Yeah, 100 hours. 100 hours. Not that
So,
cool.
walk us through the transition from Pokemon into Call of Duty then.
That was crazy. So I had an older brother. He's 5 years older than me, and he was lame, super boring. Anyways, he ended up getting an Xbox because he's older than me, right? So he
Right.
could mature into like a shooting or fighting game.
Right,
Yeah.
So they got Halo because that was the thing back then.
Mm-hmm.
So he had an Xbox, the original Xbox, obviously,
OG.
and then Halo, and I remember he would get really bored because he's lonely. So we would play, we would play split screen, right? And dude, the Flood was crazy. That was like a horror game to me. And then the Elite, like, it was kind of crazy. So like, we would play, and I didn't understand anything except shooting. So I was like, yo. This is lit. Yeah, this is crazy. It was like, dude. And then after that, it was kind of like, I think I only want to play shooting games. So then after that was like Battlefield.
Dude.
Yeah,
yes.
I got into Tom Clancy's like Ghost Recon games.
Yes.
Oh, dude, everything was like shooter game for me because I was like, oh my gosh, like shooter games are crazy.
Where it's at.
And then from there, we didn't. My brother was more into like the partying type thing, so like I just ended up staying home and playing shooter games. And when Call of Duty came out, we had a PS3, the fat one.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? Not
Fat
the slim,
boy.
the
Yep,
fat
yep,
one. We got that as a gift, and then we had Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, the original Modern Warfare, not 2. And my brother would play online. He'd play with his friends. He's like, "Don't mess up my KD." And then I was like, right? I played. It was so hard, right? At first bat, it was so difficult. And he's like, "Oh, I wrote down my KD, so don't mess it up." And I was like, yeah. So like right off the bat, I was like, "Oh, I have to at least maintain his KD."
Right.
So I would like get together. I like wrote it down. Like, oh, the math, tough, not good, right? So I'm like, okay, what do I do? I'm like, okay, bare 50 cal, ACOG scope. Camping, right? So like everything was like one hit count. There's not a lot of like attachments, stuff like that.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but you're still a fan of the sniper rifles. And yeah. I remember when I played with you, you sniped.
you still are a sniper.
Yeah.
The few games I played in Warzone, you were always sniping. Yeah.
Always do. I
That's
love it.
crazy.
I think it's more fun. Where I'm actually like excel at. It's tough because like I like the shooter runner class typically, like the lighter. That lighter runner class is typically where I think
More
I
like
just
a
do better.
skirmisher.
Yeah.
Right.
I am quite squeamish,
Yeah.
if you will. No. So like usually I do like SMGs and like a running class, but I personally enjoy doing like a sniper
sniping,
class where it can be a little
Yeah.
bit more stealthy because I like to consider myself a really dedicated camper, right? Like the ghillie suit, and like I always love that.
But correct me if I'm
whole
wrong.
aesthetic.
When you play with Mert, it is more difficult to maintain that play style.
Oh, dude, it sucks.
Yeah.
Mert pushes.
Yeah,
He
all the
pushes. So,
time,
like,
relentlessly.
Yeah.
if he's gonna push, I'm gonna push.
He moves the map. That guy always knows.
And
where
you
he
can
wants
win
to
if
go.
you just, I should say, I have won by simply following him and like trying to clean up the mess. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
he usually cleans it up by himself.
Yeah.
He's
right?
an animal.
Mert is very, very, very good at knowing where to go.
Yeah, he's an animal. He's got that, what do you call it, cod sense? You know what I'm talking about? He just knows. Like, he's like, oh, there's someone there. I'm like, oh, I
He's
don't
got
know.
a UAV. He's got a UAV drone in real life.
He also
This guy just always
taunts them relentlessly, and we will come back to this subject later in the
Yes.
podcast.
Yeah, I think what's funny is Mert doesn't wear his headset. Ever.
You just hear this Turkish guy
No.
just like yelling in the background.
100%.
Like, you're trash. You're trash.
His headset is most of the time like this. It's always like this, and he has
wild.
game on his computer speakers playing,
Yeah.
and he
I've
only
seen his
uses
setup,
mic
dude.
for talking.
It is
So he
rough.
doesn't. That's why he's always pushing though, because he doesn't rely on audio at all.
It's
Even
purely
if he
sense,
did rely
it's
on
purely
yeah,
sense.
No, he
yeah.
wouldn't need to.
It's
right?
purely sense and trash talk. Well, we'll get to that.
When I played duos with him, you know, and I'm like trying to be really quiet and not let. He's like, "We're on to you. We know you're in the basement. We're coming. We're coming."
Pushing.
Yeah.
Why don't you just open the door so we can get this over with?
Yeah. We know you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
So
it's
you played a lot of more Modern Warfare, and then wait, the jump. How old were you when do you remember when Modern Warfare came out?
Yeah. Oh my
You would've
gosh.
been,
I was
13
in.
or 14?
I was in 6th grade, so
Oh, okay.
old.
Oh,
It's like 12ish, right?
That would have
Yeah.
been like
Like 12 or
no,
13.
it's even younger than that, right?
No,
I was 10 when I was in 4th grade.
I thought ninth grade
Really?
is 13.
I
Like
said
13?
6th grade.
No,
So
4th or 8th grade is 14.
Is it?
Yeah, because
I
you're
thought it was
18
10
in
and-
senior year.
Oh, okay. Well, still okay.
Kindergarten's 5.
So you were
Cool.
Did you
got it all?
I was like 10 or
Extrapolate.
11.
when you went from Halo? Were you playing a lot of online Halo, or mostly just campaign and like co-op with friends and stuff?
Mostly campaign, some co-op.
The
I did.
first Xbox didn't really have online.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't
right,
like that.
right,
I played some I played Halo 2. That was a pretty big one for.
right. Because Halo
Halo
2 was
2
where
was, yeah.
online Halo actually started.
Well,
Yep.
Call
But you
of
didn't
Duty
really-
really started it. The original on the PC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
started
Was that
online.
1980? No, was it no 18? Was it
This
18?
must have been 98.
I don't know. I don't
The
know.
original what? The original Halo?
No, the
Call
original
of
Call of Duty.
I don't even know what it was.
It was
called.
not in the
It's
80s.
2001.
It was
19.
after the wall fell, for sure.
I remember.
Oh, was
I
it
remember
1940? It might have been.
the first Call of Duty. Was the one with Pearl Harbor. That's the first Call of
I don't
Duty,
remember.
right?
Yeah.
With the
Right.
Pearl Harbor sequence.
Yep.
I remember that game as like a 10-year-old. I remember thinking this is the most insane
Yeah.
video game of all time. This is the coolest thing I ever seen in my life. I bet you it would not live up. It would not stand up very well if I went back to it now.
Well, it's like graphic. Like
Well,
every time you remember
everything
seeing the
looks way
coolest
better.
graphics
Yeah.
before the
you go
current
back
year,
and see
right?
007, GoldenEye for
Ooh,
N64,
GoldenEye, dude.
and you're
Great
like, the
game.
gameplay is still there, but oh
Yeah, the graphics.
man, it's rough.
Atrocious.
Yeah, I installed the remake that Microsoft published, so you can get 4K now. And there's some, yeah, and there are some mods now that have really cleaned the game up, and that's how I remember it looking. It's the
Right,
classic
Nostalgia glasses.
nostalgia glasses.
Interesting.
But wow, it's like almost impossible to see anything looking back. I think that's because CRTs on those older games just look better.
It did make it look better.
On
yeah.
LCDs,
What
it
is
does not.
CRT?
Yeah.
Like tube televisions.
Oh.
Yeah. I think CRTs.
90s.
Yeah, CRTs really make those look a lot better.
How old are you, Forrest?
30.
Ageless is
Seven.
the correct answer.
38, I think.
Oh, okay.
Wait, you're 38 now?
86, I was born. Yep.
86.
80, no, 80.
And Aaron's like almost
I'm
50,
83,
so
Yeah.
you have nothing more. Aaron's almost 50. So.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm 30.
Well, you look.
well, you look
I was just kidding.
So okay, so you were a Halo for like your first like shooter really getting
Yeah.
into, but COD was kind of the game that you actually got your hours on.
Yeah, I would say
So
like
were you never drawn back into the Halo ecosystem because they're
No.
so different.
No.
They are.
And I feel like it's easier to go from Halo to COD than it probably is to go from COD into Halo because time to kill is a vastly
Yeah.
different. Right?
So I think for like me, it was Xbox One, and then you had Halo, first Halo,
Okay.
and it was Halo 2, and after that, it was like, okay, well, we transitioned to PlayStation. So going to any other Halo is
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
back to
yeah,
Xbox, and it was
yeah.
like we didn't have a 360, and why that happened is just cause like we
Right.
we didn't know any better. So
Sony won the console war that
Yeah.
year. so-
Oh,
Yeah.
the PS2 is legendary,
Dude.
and it's like
Yeah,
so you
that's
went
why
from
everyone
but
had
you
a
went from
PS3.
OG Xbox to PS3. You didn't get a second,
Xbox, no.
so you didn't get a 360 or a PS2.
Did you have a handheld
I
in the
mean,
meantime?
my cousin had a PS2, so like,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
we never really did consoles before then. We were just never really into
Yeah.
it. Like I always was super content with Nintendo, so everything was like.
Oh,
well, I
okay.
mean, I had
Do you have a GameCube?
okay before that's before my time.
A GameCube is?
Yeah,
Is it?
I was born in
Is it?
'98, so I had like.
I'm 94 though. So you never had a GameCube in your house? You never played?
I
Like,
mean,
Freedom
my
Fighters?
brother might have. I didn't. We had a Sega Dreamcast. We had.
I guess.
Ooh, I don't even know.
Like
honestly.
Freedom Fighters. That was the best GameCube game I ever played. And then,
I don't remember that one.
yeah, it was cool because to me it was striking. I can't even believe they pull it off now. You would have AI recruits, and you could tell them where to go, and they would like fight.
Oh my God,
Yes,
yes.
yes. You can buy it on
Holy
Steam for
crap.
$5. For
Dang.
$5.
What is it?
and it's Cyber Monday today. I mean,
Yep.
it's
No, I think
useless
it's,
for
like,
you all, but
permanently
like,
on sale for $5. Yeah, Freedom
Yeah.
Fighters, and the
Insane.
co-op was insane.
It was.
because every player could have up to 8 people, so you could run with full platoons around the map. And I can't actually believe they had the processing power to do that. Does any game allow you to do anything like Freedom Fighters did on the GameCube?
Right, it was on the GameCube, which
But
is
that's
legendary.
crazy.
But
That
I
is
can't think
nuts.
of a single game that does that.
And
Unless
then
you look
Custom
at,
Robo,
like,
which I've talked about.
Dragon's Dogma or something like
Yeah.
that. They allow you to
Yeah,
control.
last season we talked about
It's
Custom
okay, me too.
Robo.
Yeah.
Custom Robo,
yeah.
I thought like
this is what the middle is.
you could bring that game back these days, and it probably could be an esport.
I feel like it could. I really feel like
That
it
was
could.
a great game.
Like my idea for the game that I want to eventually make
Similar
is
to Custom
very
Robo?
Similar to
Yeah,
Custom Robo.
that was a sick
Inspired
game.
by it.
You haven't looked up the recent stats on like the nightclub Flag Heist, have you?
Flag Heist, no, I didn't check it out since I push the update.
Is that like how cool guys don't look at explosions? Like
You're
your game has blown up, and
you're
so
so
you're
attractive now. You know, you just glow
yeah.
everywhere you go.
I mean, we always liked it.
I actually do want to make an actual video game now.
Yeah.
Like,
like
skip
ground up.
skip the next Fortnite.
Fortnite
map
2.
and just go straight into Unreal.
Fortnite 2.
I decided over the weekend. I was
Yeah?
like, you know what? I just gotta make my own game.
Just do it. All right, so NW2 comes out. Super good game.
Oh, dude, dangerous. Intervention, bro. 100%. Intervention, SMJ,
That was
bro.
it.
Sleight of hand. Oh, my gosh. It's tough. Trick shots. Oh, my God. Yeah, high rise. Brings back the... Dude, that
So
brings
the-
it back hard. That was where I immediately excelled. I used to play... Free For All was my big game because I used to skip school a lot and just play Call of Duty. I was sick. I shouldn't say I was
Yeah, you were sick. You were
Right,
sick.
right.
Hey, Mom, I'm going to be sick tomorrow.
I think, like...
Your body's come a long way.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. Back then, dude, it was purely chips, Mountain Dew, water, maybe water, and then sleep sometimes. And it was like all Call of Duty. And at best, I think I hit like 110 in the world for Free For All for kills. That was my best ranking. Yeah,
Wow.
that was my best. I took pictures of it and everything.
And that's
and
a
then
large player base.
It was in PlayStation. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the same.
Do
if
you
they-
remember?
those
Sorry,
schools-
you just reminded me of this. Do you remember the other David on the men's trip?
Yeah.
He held 7 speed trial world records for over a year.
Oh my God, really?
For MW3. You know how you can do those fun speed trials and stuff? He held 7 of
That's
them
sick.
concurrently for over a year.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
That's
He's
cool.
awesome.
7
He's
is
the greatest console shooter player I've ever
What
watched.
does he play that we play? So I
Nothing.
can. Oh yeah.
Call of Duty.
Nothing now.
Can he get into something so I can talk to him in Discord again? No.
Not his life right
We
now.
can be pen pals.
But anyways,
I got a nice pen.
I mean, you're one of the
Oh.
very few people who actually have access to him.
I actually said I was gonna do this. I did bring the pens to retire. So like those are. Recently, Aaron told me that for every year I've known him, I have to retire a pen that I've
I'm
had.
gonna collect them.
And I do have. I mean, this one is
Have they gotten shorter?
beat to shit. No, this one I just
one
like.
is
no,
rough.
this one I tried cleaning with like you. Okay, if you don't use it for a really long time, the ink inside it'll dry, and that'll make me using it really hard. You know, in the
more
breakfast room.
viscous.
You know the breakfast room in the shut the fuck up. You know the breakfast room in the lobby with like the coffee maker. It's got the hot like the red tab for your hot water. I tried cleaning it with hot water, but see
Bad.
this part is plastic. So what I did is I just permanently melted the like hard
rough.
plastic part in here. So this one doesn't actually have that piece, but I still consider it
Rough.
retired pen.
Yeah,
can
yeah,
fix
of
it.
course.
Fair enough.
I can't fit. I mean, like I can use a different part of a different. I have other pen pieces.
We can fix it.
I have other pen pieces that I'll hope to fix with you. I'll hold you to it. Oh, like this one that we were just dealing with.
So, hardly.
Good
All right,
times.
and so then when MW3 came out, that was the first COD I actually played for more than like 5 hours.
That was tough.
Okay, and my dad and I, we love playing that wave defense
Yeah.
mode.
Yeah.
I
Spec
never,
Ops.
yeah,
Me and Mert played that.
Yeah.
First thing I played with Mert.
yeah. I was never really into zombies. I thought it was a fun thing, but it just never had a pull to me.
I would agree.
And I felt like the min-maxing of that was just so ridiculous that it just wasn't fun anymore. Like, or just like, oh, run in circles, and it's like all these. It's like okay, whatever. But the Spec Ops, man, that was a blast.
Yeah.
When you're such a filthy casual that you can't actually make it to end game, it was so much fun because you just want to keep trying.
Yeah, yeah.
But then that game just became pure. My dad and I would like try to glitch them out in the walls, the fully armored guys, and just sit there.
Fully armored guy.
I forget what they're called. What are they called?
Juggernauts?
The Juggernauts. That's right. Yeah.
That was like the only way I beat.
Pleb.
I don't know. Did you guys ever play Borderlands?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Which game was it where like the final boss was like that giant crab-like thing? Was it the first one or the second one?
Probably two.
Can't remember.
I never hear
Okay.
anything about the first Borderlands. Only
It
the
was
second
incredible.
game.
I
The second
absolutely
one
love
was
that game.
the better one. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was like them hitting their stride.
I never like glitched out a boss until that Borderlands game because there's this final boss where there's this giant like crab-like thing, and I remember looking up that there's this one place you can go on the edge of the map because like it's a giant
Wait,
like
you
pillar.
looked up the bug?
I looked up how to beat it. I looked up how to beat the
Oh,
boss,
okay,
and there was this forum where it was like,
Forgiven,
well,
forgiven.
one way to do it is just get a sniper rifle and go right here because it's like this pillar so that like you can fall off the edge, but there's this one spot where you don't fall off, you fall into like a slightly lower spot, and the boss doesn't register you being there, and you can just shoot it. Yeah. Otherwise, I had to have like friends play with me, and I just couldn't. For whatever reason, I couldn't get that to happen, so I chose the bug. In any case, yeah. So yeah. Besides this sidebar.
Did you play
Sidebar.
Destiny, Justin?
No, I
No,
tried.
you
It's
haven't
kind of.
I'm surprised we haven't met another like hard. He's done everything in Destiny,
Yeah.
Oh,
which
really?
I
Literally,
feel
That's
like
something.
I missed out on. Because now I'm in a time in my life where I actually would be interested in playing
Yeah.
Destiny,
I have
but
a-
you can't go back and play it.
Yeah.
A lot of my coworkers are really big into Destiny.
Are
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know a lot about it, but I know that there's
Well,
like
it just
raids?
reminds me.
Yeah, it's
Right?
yeah,
Is
but
that
like
loose?
it,
Okay.
The 6-player raid in Destiny, it will always be, I will stand by this until something actually comes along that's better. But it is literally the best video game experience that you can have.
well, what's really cool is like that's another thing I've
It
noticed.
is. It literally is.
Most of the hardcore Destiny players that are still playing the game are in their 40s.
Tough.
Have you noticed that too?
Yeah.
I
So you're like the youngest
Well-
one.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of like mid 30s to mid 40-year-olds that still grind Destiny as their main game.
Yeah.
They treat it like how I treat League.
Well,
like,
it's like League or it's like.
but you can't
WoW.
give it up because you
Right.
can't hop into Destiny and play any of the old content. They don't let you.
Right.
Which is
Because
like that's so
it's a living game.
Yeah.
Is what it is. It's
Wild.
the first of its kind. But they do bring back old content like once in a while. you
Sure.
know, or for like, special events or something
yeah.
like that.
I just don't know how you hop into like how would I even hop into the game and just start playing it? It just
You
seems
could just
like-
start with Crucible, just PvP, they let you.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
sounds so strange to even do
But
that.
it is. It
Yeah.
is.
Because
It's
you
a
will
weird-
feel like it's not FOMO. It's like you've already missed out. So like,
Right.
why would you?
There is no FOMO in that, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It's just like why would I even bother? But the game's free to play now, right?
They
So
are
it
going to
is.
be making Destiny 3 though. They are working on Destiny 3.
Right, because that 10 years is up. That 10-year plan is up. It was a 10-year game.
Oh,
I remember
wow.
when they told me that we're building this as a 10-year game. I'm like,
That's
that's the
tough.
craziest thing ever. No one's ever done anything. Here we are.
Yeah.
Here we
10 years
are.
later, they
It's
did it.
gone.
They did it.
But the reason why I bring it up is because, like, the first run of Destiny, like, every single one of the bosses had a cheese.
Oh,
You
sure.
could
I
cheese
see.
them
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
just
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
where it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
you had, like, if you got to
What?
a certain spot, you had a certain weapon.
Wait, you've never heard of this term?
No, I'm lactose.
Nobody would get injured.
Cheesing is
Eric-
like a bug exploit, but not even a bug exploit. Cheesing is like some campy, lame strategy that technically works, but it's not a bug.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know the
not a
origin of it.
bug. It's more
So
of an exploit.
cheesing in Modern Warfare 3 would be like
No such thing.
Cheesing in Halo is
using-
rocket launcher, right?
using MP7. Using the MP7 is the only
pretty
gun
much, yeah.
to like hit the highest rank in the game. That would be like a cheese strategy because it was like a perfect gun, no recoil. MP7,
I
MW3.
mean, pretty bad analogy, but okay, we'll rock with it.
Do you know the gun I'm talking about?
Probably,
It was
probably.
basically a laser.
Cheesing is using an OP strat that other people think is disrespectful, or like they look down upon.
It's
Like camping?
so easy.
No, I
no,
would have
camping
considered
is?
camping is its own thing.
Yeah, camping's its
Oh,
own thing.
really?
You don't play any ranked games, I
I
guess.
mean,
that-
camping is considered.
I play ranked
cheese,
Warzone.
though.
It's
Camping is like
it's a
the way
battle
people
royale,
feel
it
about
doesn't count.
camping is the way that people feel
feel
about cheese when they call
yeah,
cheese
yeah, that's
cheese.
fair. That's fair.
Is that fair?
That's
Yeah,
fair. Yeah,
that's fair.
I think that's fair.
But Aaron showed me a video recently where it actually shows that lactose intolerance is a skill issue.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah. I
It
drink
is.
milk on a regular and I eat cheese regularly.
Yeah, and you can
And you've
tolerate it.
overcome
you
it.
can
yeah,
overcome it. Yeah, yeah.
You actually can.
Yeah,
I've done it.
yeah.
It's just uncomfortable.
It's just
for a long
uncomfortable
time,
for
yeah.
like 2 weeks.
A little more than 2 weeks.
Do it.
Depends
But
on
you
how
gotta,
hard
you
it's
gotta,
worth
you
it.
gotta hit it hard.
Yeah.
You gotta hit
Dude,
it
I
really
hit it
You
hard.
gotta
so
live in
hard.
Wisconsin long enough, really, is the way you beat
That
that.
helps.
I'm thinking
Although
about-
I've avoided
I-
cheese for this long. So
I'm thinking about doing it because it's really
time.
getting annoying.
It's time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can teach you.
All right, so
Competitions.
Warzone comes out. Well, hang on. Did
Black
you
Ops
play
6.
PUBG?
Yeah.
A ton?
Easy. Yeah, I think so.
What did you
Good
think
luck.
when that game came out? Because that was the first time I was pulled away from League for over 500 hours.
That was
Okay,
the first
that
time
was a
Battle
novel
Royale
game
got
for
on my
me.
radar.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
I
on
think
anyone's.
I think it was a
Yeah.
little tough because when you talk about PUBG, I played DayZ.
Oh, so you had already. Okay, yeah. See, I
At this
never
point, I
played
already had
these.
like a computer, so I was playing like DayZ, and I was expecting like that survivalist type game, but I thought it was
crafting and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So I thought it was
Okay.
more like survivalist and also battle royale, not like that. I think PUBG is very. I'm gonna use this term loosely. I think it's very simplistic.
compared
the
to
mechanics
Daisy.
compared to DayZ,
Interesting.
I think it's also easier than Warzone,
Yes.
You think PUBG? Yes, yes. Actually,
100%.
I would agree
without
with
a
that.
doubt.
I think the gunplay in PUBG was utterly fantastic, though.
Yeah, it's easy.
You easy or good?
I think it's
though?
easy.
You think it's easy?
I think it because anyone that plays any shooter game can jump into PUBG and play and be okay. If you come from that experience, you can play it and be fine. If you go into Warzone with just some gun, first game shooter, whatever experience, you got to know the sliding, the mechanics, what
Yeah.
guns
Oh
are
yeah.
meta,
Movement.
blah blah blah.
Movement
You know, like
in
it's
COD games
it's
is a completely
yeah,
different.
like it's kind of
It's almost as important as knowing how to aim.
and especially with like
It's
the updates
more
before.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Movement
yeah.
is
yeah.
the most important.
Well, that's
thing
why
in
that's
all
Which
why
is crazy.
mouse and keyboard does not take over that game because you
Yeah.
cannot move
Yeah.
the same way on a mouse and keyboard that you can with a controller.
Well, auto aim.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
just
I think
keeps the
there's
controllers alive.
compensations there.
I don't.
Yeah,
think so.
keep-
Yeah, I
Keyboard,
guess
you
you've
can
never
move.
compensated for
I,
anything.
I think
Anything.
I don't think you can't. You have to do perfect, precise movement on a keyboard. You can't roll your stick like that.
No,
so like
I
that's why
guess.
controllers
But
are better.
the mouse is where you're
Yeah.
running.
I'm
Dude.
just saying. I've talked to there's you probably don't know them, but there's a couple like tournament players that are in Green Bay, and they literally tell me the whole reason controller is the thing is because of the way you can move. You can't move the same way with keyboard and mouse. You just can't. It just doesn't
Maybe.
work.
I would agree with you to a point, but I've seen people that use mouse and keyboard excel greatly.
Oh, 100%.
For instance, like Mert,
Yep.
Mert, dude, he snaps like I don't know what you fucking call it.
Flick.
Yeah,
Flick.
he does. He did a 720 and shit on a guy, and it blew my mind. It blew my mind on
Yeah.
accident.
But you know why?
I was like, dude, how?
Yeah,
I can't do
his,
that.
His
on a control.
sensitivity is insane.
I would never be able to do that.
yeah,
on
but
a
he's
control.
also a 1.6 player.
What does that mean?
CS:GO 1.6.
I mean, so am I.
Yeah, but not to the level that Mert was.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I'm
Never
just
played
saying.
Pokemon. Really.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's why. But I don't know.
Yes,
the
I agree.
controller for COD in particular has always had an advantage. And yes, the auto aim. Okay, but I don't even think that's. I don't because I think that a professional mouse and keyboard player is going to out auto aim a controller player.
I would agree. I think okay. I think
Yeah.
aim assist has also diminished skill level, right? And then we all kinda get
Yeah,
that,
it
right, to a
raises
point.
it raises the floor.
Yeah, and like
100%.
I play
Yeah.
controller typically. Even when I did at a PC, I did play controller.
Yep.
And auto aim is there; it's prominent, but also it's worked against me quite a bit of times. Because like, I mean, you try to how do you say like aim against recoil, right?
Oh, yeah,
And a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
times
yeah.
things get a little weird as soon as there's a tree or something in between your
True, yeah.
line of fire. Sometimes it throws
Yeah.
off your aim assist and blah blah, whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're on mouse and keyboard, dude, that precision is tough.
Yeah.
I wish I started on mouse and keyboard. I never did, so like it was always tough.
Yeah.
But like, dude,
When we have kids come here and they're like playing Fortnite and they bring
Yeah.
their controllers in, and I just tell them, I'm just like, guys, just bear with it for 2 weeks. You'll never go back, and they don't, But like, it takes them some time.
Oh yeah.
but
It
they
really
probably don't
does.
like getting pooped on.
No, who wants to queue up to lose?
Yeah.
Right.
But it's like, dude, if you're
Well, you still play League.
It's a roast. Aaron.
Carissa
It's
enters
so-
chat.
It's
Carissa
every
enters
day.
chat.
It's every day. Yeah, Carissa, seriously. But yeah, it's just like
I still
coming-
play Valorant. Like, it was-
Yeah, for real.
Facts.
We should talk about that Valorant game. Valorant is great. The first time I played
Just
it,
pretty
I
good
loved
at it.
Valorant.
Just
it's
pretty
very
good at
much
it.
like
How
CS:GO.
much
Are
have
you
you played?
playing it more often?
No.
Oh, okay.
I only play if David plays. Or
Oh,
there's
okay,
some
okay.
guys that play. And
I also only play when David plays. So
Dude, we should.
I've never felt so important.
let's
My
play
God.
Valorant.
You're
I also
single-handedly keeping Riot Games alive and functioning.
No, he's keeping it back because he's never.
Oh yeah,
played.
yeah.
I never play.
I'm the linchpin for increasing the player base.
Do you like the way the movement is in Valorant? Like how you can't run and shoot at the same time?
It feels like CS:GO.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's a attack shooter. So.
It feels like a.
But do you prefer that
it was
over?
modeled after it. Like
It
it's
is, right?
literally
Yeah.
a clone.
I mean, I would say
Dude,
the maps
half of them are
even,
devs for CS.
Oh,
So.
were
really?
they?
Oh yeah.
That makes sense.
Riot was not shy about that. That was actually their marketing sketch. We know we yes, we're coming for you, CS fan, because we made that game.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, which is a huge strategy. If you're going to introduce a new tac shooter and you're going to want it to be an esport, right? Like you need to show that you have the chops.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you gotta get buy-in. If you couldn't get any CS devs, it'd probably be a big red flag. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, this game.
Yeah. Huge.
So, do you? I guess you still primarily play Warzone. Do you play any COD multiplayer?
No, absolutely not.
And how come? Because I know that is a totally different vibe. That's lanes and.
I mean, I've played it. So, like, Black Ops 6 came out not too long ago. I played Black Ops 6 multiplayer. Kind of not going to lie. I thought it was kind of a waste of time. If anything, it was to level up my guns, and that was kind of boring on its own because I'm
hate that
definitely a
cross-progression.
pay-to-play player. I
Yeah,
say
yeah,
this
yeah,
because I don't have, like, a lot of time. Like,
right,
okay, I go to work,
100%.
blah, blah.
I was just about to say, I hate that. I
Yeah.
hate that you have to do that.
No, absolutely. And I can significantly see the difference where I pay to play, and I am
Having a lot more fun.
okay being where I'm at, where, like, I have a positive KD. And pretty consistently have a positive KD. And where it's so, like, guys like Mert is not a pay to play. He plays strictly off there, based off his experience and, like, whatever, and,
right.
you know, time. So, like, he'll play, and then for a decent amount of games in a streak, he'll be negative. And all of a
Right.
sudden, you know, he gets his stuff leveled up, and all of a sudden now it's like, oh, now you can excel. It's like, now that puts a lot of, I mean, what do you rate scale on? Like, skill based off of what? Like, KD? Kills? Experience?
For a
right? You
battle
know what I mean?
royale, it's hard. That
Yeah, yeah,
that's
like,
why
how do
I
you
don't
do that?
I consider battle royales like tier 3. I don't even consider them tier 2. They're
Because
like
you're bad at it, yeah. No, absolutely.
because battle royales just have too much randomness.
When you're bad, yeah, absolutely.
And-
There is a lot of
Not
randomness.
object-
Some of
Yeah,
it,
I
like
agree.
playing the ring, is a viable strategy. I mean, like when I leveled up in Apex, it was not because I was good at gunplay. It was because I would play ring. Do I think that's skill? No, I mostly thought it was cowardice. But like at a certain level, right? If you're
Tactics.
also good at shooting, and so you're making decisions based on how the ring's moving while knowing that you're good enough to take a fight if you wanted to, then it looks less like cowardice and more taking advantage of your resources and knowing the timing.
You're just
So, like,
playing meta. I mean, you're just playing
playing
meta
ring isn't
movement.
playing meta, right? Like
Ring,
ring
isn't
is
considered meta.
no the ring. The way that the ring narrow, like that is like a fundamental core game mechanic that doesn't change. In a battle royale, the ring of the storm will get smaller,
Right.
And knowing how to play that isn't playing a meta because that's not like a certain configuration on
All right,
this
that's
patch.
fair.
That
That's
is a
fair.
fundamental mechanic.
Okay, I would agree
And
with you
it's
in that
a
aspect.
consistent mechanic that
Yes.
you can
Yeah.
constantly rely on so that you
Yeah.
do not, or you minimize the probability of you getting third partied.
Right.
And there is randomness, but like it's a game. It's like Hold'em, right? Like sometimes it's not luck or skill in 1-to-1. It's some games do have a decent amount of luck and also have a lot of skill.
Yeah.
And if you play it a lot over time, the luck will even out, but the skill will
Right.
stay true.
Well, there's a great Japanese quote. It's basically discipline will overcome intelligence.
Is that from The Art of War?
Almost Japanese.
No.
Same hemisphere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same hemisphere.
Dude, there's also a really good Japanese anime you should watch called Dandadan. Can I get a yeah.
Okay.
This man
Alright.
told me
The
about it.
last episode was
Remember
pretty sus.
talking about
That's great.
remember
I
talking about toxicity. I want to bring up toxicity.
Oh yeah.
Well, speaking of,
On that note, I'm going to use the restroom.
Yeah, go for it. We're pausing.
Do they do a lot of it?
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
hey,
So toxicity in gaming, Aaron. You'd been telling me that this was something that was grinding your gears lately.
Well,
you just go
It's not
into
necessarily that's grinding my gears. It's something that I've noticed recently. You know, as a league
like that
player.
you're becoming more toxic.
No. But I just can't believe we've never like actually talked about it.
That's
at
a fair
all.
point. Yeah, it is
Okay.
ever present.
So, I guess the reason this brought up is I was leveling a new account for League of Legends because I want to use it to start a big push climb next year. I've been playing a lot of League recently, Saturday, I played 14 games.
Remember when he was like taking that break and
did.
we rooted on him.
You played like
fire.
3 other
I
games
played,
for a little bit.
Yeah, I played 14 games of League of Legends
now it's
yesterday.
just League. And remember last episode where he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna play Overwatch. I'm gonna play Supervive with
Yeah,
you
why didn't we
guys."
play Overwatch? It's your fault
Hey,
that I didn't do the thing
remember-
that I said I
Okay,
would
at
do.
some
Remember-
point, it's not always my fault.
Remember when you said you were gonna play Supervive with us too?
No, I never got an invite.
Literally,
Okay.
okay. If I see you in the Discord playing League, I'm
I
like,
just need to be
he's
told.
shooting up heroin again, right? And it's like, I've come to you.
Send an invite to Aaron.
I've taken your needle away before, and you go straight back to the streets, right? And it's like, how
I will
many
now
times am I
sit
going to
in the-
throw
I will
You
myself?
said
now
that we were
sit-
gonna play tomorrow.
I will now sit
message
in the
you on
dark.
Discord.
I will now sit in the Discord. I will sit in the lobby and the dark flight
Dude,
Discord.
the last message I sent to you was, "Let's play Supervive," and he's
will
like, "Okay,
sit-
we'll play tomorrow,"
I
because
will
he was
sit-
out at the bars drinking.
I will sit.
Guess what? I saw him. I was online
I
in
was-
the
don't
Discord,
worry, I was at
chilling.
Nooks.
His game was blank. I was like, "Oh yeah, Aaron's gonna come." League of Legends.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
He's gone
Listen,
for the
listen.
day.
I will.
Funny.
It's gone.
Let me flip to the
All right, so this is-
appointment
This
page.
is
that
why I
gonna
was
work?
bringing it up.
This one will. This one
So-
will. I didn't buy this today. I bought that one today.
League
So-
in the last 2 years is really starting to crack down on toxicity.
Smurfs. Oh,
Well, and Smurfs. Well, Smurfs battles.
Get
with
it because you
toxicity.
started a new account and you
They're
really
fine. They're actually fine with people smurfing.
okay.
If
They're
they're
not fine with toxic
If
smurfing.
that Smurf also spends money,
Nope. They don't even care.
doesn't matter. Okay.
Nope. They literally. I mean, the lead guys and stuff. They actually are on Twitch and they just talk about the game
And they just
They're like, no, it's fine because they're like, what if you want to learn top lane and you're a support main, and let's say you're challenger.
Yeah.
Do you want to ruin everyone's game?
Right.
by
Are you
going
saying
to the
you
top
haven't
lane?
played Warwick at all on this new account?
Oh, I have not.
Have you ever played League?
No,
No. Oh.
it's not your. It's just not his.
I
type of
shot
game.
up a couple of
You
times.
might
I
like
knew it was-
Supervive though.
It's too easy. That's the problem.
Yeah, definitely. Only the hardest game.
Kidding.
Ever.
Relax.
One of the
Kidding.
hardest games
If you
ever.
ever
I
want
can't get Aaron all wound up like that. I'm kidding. I don't play League. It's just way
fine.
too.
It's what's way too.
complicated for
Yeah,
me.
it
It
is
is.
too
It is.
complicated.
I
I
will,
even agree.
I will say that
Incredibly complicated.
eventually I got
It takes time.
TFT,
It takes
even
time.
though the item thing was overwhelming at first.
Yeah.
It was.
And so I know in principle that with League, it's just like the TFT
Yeah.
item thing. Once I get the basics of the items, there are simple patterns and
I
there
will
are
say-
standards I go to.
I just want to flip. It's flipped though. Items change in League of Legends, and they don't really change in TFT. Whereas champs pretty much stay the same.
Yeah, I get
Champs
that.
change
Yeah, I
every
get that.
time in
Yeah, I
TFT.
get that.
But you're
That's
right.
fair.
The systems, it's either one changes and the other one stays. Like it's not. Yeah,
I was mostly thinking, like, I wasn't even that elaborate of a
Yeah,
comparison. I was just
yeah,
like,
yeah, I get you.
items big hard when I went to TFT.
Yeah.
And then when I played TFT,
For sure.
okay, yeah. In retrospect,
When I bought my card
items
today,
many and difficult.
when I bought my card today, the sales guy and the finance guy were all like.
You bought
10
a new car?
Yeah. I'll show it to you outside. But new to me, not like some
Whatever.
brand new.
I mean, it's
banger.
new. Yeah.
I got rid of the beater.
Did you get the truck?
No. Unfortunate. It's fine. I'll get something nice in like 3 years.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that truck is still there.
It is. Not
Yes.
so much of a unicorn, is it?
No, it is. It is. It's just the wife just wouldn't let me get it. But
Dang.
dude,
Does
that-
Chris ever watch
that
these
thing is
episodes?
sick. Yeah, that's fine.
I just spent
He could have.
I would say
$700
You know what?
on an alternator.
I'm going to say the proper response. We agree that the truck was not appropriate at this time.
Good. Yeah.
Because I do agree with her. I just really wanted it. I was hoping I could get it. It would have been sick.
Toxicity in
All
gaming.
right.
So imagine this happens to you. You queue up in a party. Somebody just keeps making
Yeah, what
emotes
is
and
this?
Marriage.
So I'm leveling this new account, all right? And because Riot has been really pushing down on like toxicity on my main account, which is typically I'm playing with other people on their main account, you're very protective over your main. I have well over $1,000 in skins on that account, right?
Fair.
Like you don't type anything that could be taken as offensive because you don't want to start like showing bad behavior on your main.
You don't want to risk it. Yep.
Right?
Right.
You don't run down, you don't run it down, you don't int, you don't do things like that. You're going to get reported. Int is intentionally feeding. It's like handing over kills to the enemy team.
Very different than Call of Duty Heritage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually.
Well, we don't have voice chat in League of Legends.
Oh.
Yes, largest game in the world does not have voice chat.
Oh, I
That's
did not know
shocking.
that. Not even amongst teammates?
Nope.
Or just not at all?
TFT
They-
does though.
Oh, I didn't
Does
know
it?
No,
that.
the client has voice chat,
Okay.
but you can't talk to the 7 other people in a TFT lobby. There's no way for you to talk to them.
Just your party.
Just your party.
Gotcha.
Right. No, it does not have voice chat. And
Imagine
it's the
if
biggest issue
TFT
because League of Legends is the most team-oriented game ever made, and it does not have voice
Which is
comms.
wild. But imagine if TFT had proximity chat. Like, you just
That would be crazy if you could zip to someone's board. Okay, hope I docked you. Oh, you 3-starred your 4-cot.
What are those?
Anyways, as I've now hand leveled this other account, every game I have my chat like open so I can just see what normally I muted on my main, so I don't even get like wanting to type.
Oh, gotcha.
Holy crap. It's bad.
Is it?
It's really bad. And I started unmuting my main just to see, like, are people talking like this?
And
No,
high
they're not.
levels? Okay.
They're not at all.
Yeah.
But anyone who has a Smurf, oh my gosh, Mom Sky, KYS,
What's Mom's Guy?
it's Korean for I hope your mother dies.
Oh, okay.
Mom Sky, go to heaven. Mom, go to heaven. Mom Sky.
Oh, Mom's
Yeah, yeah.
Guy.
Mom
Okay,
Sky.
okay.
Yeah, the Asians get pretty interesting with how they have to like circumvent all the
What do you mean?
they have to circumvent all
that
the
funny? Why is that funny?
auto corrects and everything. So they're
What
pretty
was
crazy.
that? Why is that funny, pen man? Elaborate.
I am for your sake. I am not going to elaborate how
Guinea pig
pertinent
man?
how pertinent the toxicity conversation is
Yeah.
for your gaming.
So I
This is
guess
a
my
hate
question is I grew up playing basketball, and we shit talked it all the time on the court.
Yep.
No one ever took it personally, and it's not like I ever caught like an elbow to the face because I said, "Bro, you're gonna make one." It's like that never happened. That's just part of the game. So like, I actually like that. I think it's fun. I love to hear it. I love to dish it out. And
But in the right context, right?
of course, yeah. And it's like, it's hard because you have to say there's a line, but like where the line is really, really weird.
I think it helps a lot in like
'Cause, like,
meat
Michael-
sports
Yeah,
where
yeah,
you
yeah.
have like nonverbal communication you can work off of, right? I can
Yeah.
work on your body language. I can get that if you're the one sulking, right? Maybe I'm not going to pick on you even if you're doing the worst right now. I'm going to pick on like
Yeah.
second worst or even like my good friend
Well,
because
there's
like that
also-
guy's clearly not feeling it. But if I look at your Valorant character, like your model has no relation to your mood whatsoever, right? I mean, maybe you're like AFK because you're mad, right?
Yeah.
But I just can't pick up on stuff like that.
Well, I would also say too, there's the threat of physical retaliation
That's all. Yes.
in traditional
Yeah,
sports.
there's no retaliation.
Oh,
online.
oh.
Yeah, there's no way to retaliate.
Well, other
online.
than talk
other than
Ban it.
escalate your
talk crap
text.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, talk
Yeah.
crack back or like submit a ban, but like
Swatting. Yeah.
True.
No?
exactly. You need there's a decent information threshold at which one.
But
you
he's
can
not
swat.
lying. Like that is.
Yeah,
That
that
is
is
a
the
thing.
way
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you could retaliate.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
like
it's
the
like-
strongest form of retaliation.
It's been
You've
pretty-
only done it
Do
a
you
couple
speak
times.
of from experience?
No.
Okay.
definitely not.
I've never been swatted.
I've never.
Try me.
When a hacker says they know my address and I just go, I know it too. I'm not scared.
I saw that meme you posted.
Yeah,
I liked that. Yeah.
And so, like, I guess, like, where I'm at is I actually think League has went a little too ham. First of all, we should have voice comms. I open guest lobbies on Discord all the time. I've only had one rager out of, like, probably 100 like, full 5-man lobbies. Everyone's way more respectful on voice because now it's like, oh, wait, we have a chance to win. Because now we can all work
Because you're actually
together.
working together and they care
Yeah,
about
we can
the
actually
goal.
work together, and
Yeah.
people do want that LP. The higher rank you get, the sweatier people get, too.
Guess what game added voice chat in
What-
their game
what
right
did?
away off the bat? Supervive.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
Team chat and party.
League is the only game that I know that has any sort of player base that does not have multiplayer comms.
Chat. Rocket League didn't have it at first. They do have it now, but they didn't have it at first.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
They didn't have it until last year, actually. And that was
Wow.
like a year into Epic buying it.
Yeah. Huh.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Can you explain Supervive?
Supervive is a
Vive?
battle royale
Amazing.
made by.
Aaron probably couldn't handle it.
Aaron's played it.
If anything, I should probably be the best player at it. but
It's
Should
it's
be.
If
it's like
anything, but
it's
he won't
like-
give it a shot.
it's like League, Overwatch, Fortnite.
Intimidation is why.
I
he
mean-
can't.
So it's an
Doesn't want to
isometric
play the
game, so it's like overhead, right?
Yeah.
You all of your characters have roles like they would in Overwatch, where they're tanks and they're healers and they're like.
Have you have experience with Overwatch then?
I don't think you've ever
No.
played. Yeah.
wow, the game is fun, dude.
Is it?
It was.
It's
Did
free to
we,
play,
did we
too.
play it?
What?
Did we play Overwatch?
I don't know if I ever
You
made
know
you
what
do
game
that.
you guys should play? Marvel Rivals.
Okay, moving
I
on.
just
Next
I
weekend.
back to
I'll
the
play it.
Toxcity.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
play it.
I actually
I'll play it
might.
if you play it.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Back to the
I
Toxicity.
don't know what kind of
It's
game.
Friday.
Okay.
It's a fighter.
Fat. Marvel Rivals.
It can only be a Monday.
Oh
or
no,
Tuesday.
no, it's not. No.
It's
Oh, that's the game that's gonna just be awful. That's the
No,
next
it's gonna be
Concord.
fantastic.
He wouldn't understand. He wouldn't understand.
Dude, everyone is hyped over it.
All right.
I will say there was a decent amount. Like I haven't been
It's
paying a lot of
literally-
attention, but like there was
it's
some
the
hype.
hope that Overwatch players have right now.
All right. So here's
It really is.
Here's my question on the
They got up
Toxicity
to like
level.
160,000 at the DreamHack
I'm listening.
DreamHack
Thank you.
Stockholm World Championship with Overwatch. So
Stockholm.
that is way less than
was
what
saying.
like
I
the
think
last
Stockholm
over.
City.
Marvel Rivals should be bigger than that.
All right.
Yeah.
So all
I
right.
hope for the
I honestly
genre.
believe that.
You interrupt us all the time.
I know I do.
I
feel
think it's because
terrible.
he's had over one drink. He's a little.
A little feisty.
He might
All right.
be a little.
Have you
This
had
is how
any-
many mulligans we get. We get 1, 2, 3
I
mulligans.
guess
this
the
episode.
first question I want to ask is, how much of it is on the player to not get tilted from trash talk, and how much of it is we shouldn't even be doing that?
What do you mean tilted? What is it?
Tilted would be like you.
Trigger.
Tilted
You're
is getting
playing
in a bad,
worse.
yeah, triggered, getting in a
Yeah,
bad mood.
triggered.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
yeah.
Not a game for Aaron.
So
I'm kidding, Aaron. I'm kidding.
So like,
I will say that like I get fairly aware when I'm tilting in
Do
like
you?
Valorant. I get reasonably aware. Do I do anything about it? That's hard because the awareness that I'm tilting is not always sufficient for me to stop. Sometimes I'm just self-consciously aware that my team's losing and I don't want to be there anymore. And sometimes I just mute myself. Like on my good days, I
that
mute
pisses
myself.
me off more than anything in the world.
Oh, you would rather have me be like shitting on you in chat than muting myself?
If someone mutes, I just stop playing with them. I've done it to you before.
When I muted?
Mm-hmm.
When?
We played a Valorant. We were playing a round of Valorant, and you muted, and I just left the game. It was a while ago.
Yeah,
it was a while ago.
I don't think I was
Yeah.
involved. in
You'd
that.
rather me
also-
be toxic?
Yeah, 100%. I cannot
Interesting.
stand someone muting.
That's
in a
actually
team game.
that's interesting to me. So like you would rather have like a
Um,
team full of toxic ass people
Yep.
than a
I'd
whole bunch
rather-
of mute
I'd
people,
rather-
and yet you play League of Legends where everybody starts muted by default.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, because if I had it, I would be pissed if they added it and people intentionally muted themselves.
But if a random is like partied with you muted from the get go, that's not a problem.
Yeah, it's fine.
Is this just a
but if you
just don't
started
like
and you
the
got so
idea of-
tilted at a
yeah.
video game that you muted, I don't want to play with
you
you.
pro-
Okay, but like
Projecting?
if I mute it, it's
never.
because I, under my own, like by my own lights, I am recognizing that I am not being helpful by being in chat. I am not going to be improving the mood. I am better not worsening the
I
situation.
want you just to grow up instantly.
Instant.
Okay, well,
Just
I'm
mature.
going to say that's deeply irresponsible as a way of looking at other players psychologically, right?
Sure.
When has anyone you've been playing with instantly grown up and understood immediately how they're supposed
I
to be
guess
acting?
my point is like you probably shouldn't
know
be
what that
playing
was.
ranked.
Don't know what that was.
I think
if
you
that's
were
gonna
saying
happen.
you.
Okay.
I did.
Why?
was gonna say,
Okay.
I've seen
So
someone do it
your
once.
your view is that you should only be playing ranked if you are
Mentally
always
ready to play ranked.
Yeah.
Okay, so so like there's mentally ready to play ranked, and there's like you had a few really bad rounds / your teammates seemed like they were griefing a little bit, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna go next, but this game is just like rough, and I am, for the well-being of my teammates, not going to contribute any worse to this, but I am going to let them continue playing, and I'm going to continue listening to the calls that they're making. I'm going to be pinging on my map because I have those abilities to non-verbally communicate. You think that none of that's enough, and I am just not.
I'd rather you just like I'm gonna disconnect and we'll find a fifth.
Don't you think that there is a way that I should be viewing your
grief?
behavior about toxicity? Like so you are making a bet like, okay, you don't think I should be playing ranked because you don't think
later.
you think that I should just be
I think you're tilted if you're
yeah.
muting, right?
So
You're
you
tilted,
think
so
you
then
think
stop playing
anybody
ranked.
capable of tilting should never play ranked?
Nope. I said when you tilt.
When you tilt, you
When you
should.
tilt and you
said
wanna fill
when
them-
you tilt, you shouldn't have been playing because you were not in a position to want to play ranked, right? If you are tilting, you should
then
not have
let
been playing
Let me
ranked.
rescind that. Let me rescind that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm reacting
You need
to.
to be ready to handle the mental duress. And if for some reason you start tilting, and you just need to be done with the game.
Okay, so instantly leave and
Yeah.
give
Well,
your
obviously you have
teammates a
to-
4v5.
Obviously, you had to
You would
finish
rather me
the actual round, but after that, do not queue up again. Yeah.
Okay,
100%.
don't queue. So, but not leave. Don't put your team in a 4v5, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying literally leave the match that you're currently in.
Yeah, I'm saying just leave the voice chat.
Mom and dad are fighting
Mute.
right now.
No, I'm saying don't do that.
No,
And
you're
then
saying
when
don't
it's
mute.
over, I'm saying suck it up, push through, and then leave.
But my sucking it up is muting.
No.
My sucking it up is recognizing that I'm not being helpful.
Well, you know
Well,
what? It's a trigger to me, so
Right.
I hate it.
I think
I
it's-
just hate it.
Isn't
both
that
ways,
maybe
right?
you're not mentally prepared for that game? If that's the way that you're going to respond to other
No,
players by trying to.
I was mentally ready to talk and communicate and play ranked. And then someone was like, "Oh, I'm playing bad. I'm really upset. I'm just going to mute," and it throws off the entire vibe. There's
does.
no team cohesion.
I'm assuming the vibe has already been thrown off.
I mean, the vibe
Nope.
has already been.
if the
moved.
vibe has already been thrown
I
off,
don't get upset
it's
if we lose a
shifted
game.
anyway.
I don't
Yeah,
care
I'm
if
just
we lose a
vibing
game.
right
As long
now,
as you,
so.
as
Oh,
long
yeah,
as
me
you
too.
play well, as long as you play well, that's what matters. Playing well is what matters, not winning or losing.
You
Aaron's
can't play
never
well
gonna be
when-
pl-
You can't play well when you're tilted.
Do you
though.
ever
Right.
do you ever think that like maybe by muting the person is focusing more on their gameplay instead of all the petty stuff? Right? When
I
I
could-
mute,
I
I'm
could
not
agree that-
muting.
I could
I'm
agree that-
focusing on my gameplay
could
so
agree.
I can contribute.
I could agree, but I don't want to play with them.
You're already stuck in the game.
I am now, yeah. But
Yeah.
Still,
and so
I would find it more distracting. I'm gonna play worse. So now we have two people playing
Like if
bad.
they
But
won't
okay, so
communicate
you're gonna
with you,
tilt
yeah.
because I muted.
yeah.
And so you're going into a situation knowing that other people are the kinds of people where maybe they will mute themselves if they start tilting.
Well, I
and
wouldn't
yet you're
play on a
saying that
competitive
it's only
team.
my fault
I'm
for
saying I
going
wouldn't-
into ranked,
I'm
not
saying
your fault.
I wouldn't play on a competitive team if I knew that someone was a muter. I don't play with anyone who mutes ever.
You queue up into ranked. Well, you only play League, and no, there isn't even
Right,
this
that's what I'm
chance,
saying.
right?
yeah. Like if
shoving
you were
off
like
your
if you were
mind,
like,
yeah.
hey, no, if you came to me and said, hey, I want to get good at League of Legends, I want to hit like diamond in the first 2 years of playing.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that's awesome. And then I started finding out that you're a muter because League.
Dude, I'll mute in 1 game out of 10. You're saying that like I shouldn't
a-
be queuing at all?
1 game out of 10.
10%.
10% of the
get-
time, the game is going bad enough, and other people are like.
I don't know. I guess 10% wouldn't be the end of the world for me, but that's still a lot. I'm more of like
Do you more
a.
like a 5%?
I need like a 2%.
That's like
You need,
I
like,
feel like though.
Yeah.
I think that's an
Like I
unrealistic
understand. I
expectation.
understand.
It's
where
fine.
David is coming
I'm not
from.
saying this is a law. This is a personal Vindy thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm vindicated. Sorry.
It's the flip side. It's the flip side. I mean, it's just the flip side. It's like, what if you said, like, you would say, Vindy, I'd rather you mute than talk about how bad we're doing or how bad you're doing.
Well, I would just mute you,
Right.
and you wouldn't know.
And I would never.
You would have no idea
Well, you would
because you
know
keep
because
talking.
then we might be talking over each other and stuff. And
Right.
any friend group who does that too, that I instantly leave the Discord. Anyone who's like, oh yeah, we just don't talk to each other anymore. They have me muted, but there's like 5 people in a party.
Yeah,
Gone,
that doesn't
done,
work.
out,
That
out.
doesn't work.
I mean, if it's a Discord, I see that being different.
You never play games
but-
with me, Aaron.
Yeah.
But sorry, what were you saying? We cut you off.
I'm just saying, if somebody is tilted so much that they just no longer want to communicate, I feel like as a team, you can kind of bring them back into it before you just go ahead and just like end the whole thing. But generally, at a point, once one person gets tilted in a party, that party is generally just done for the night anyway.
Yeah,
I would
100%.
say. So I don't think it really matters if
Right.
Yeah,
the individual.
And again,
mutes or
this is
not.
more for like competitive play. I just
Yeah,
want
I-
to
well-
Sure.
like organized play. Like if we're-
Well,
I'm talking about like
not
my
talking about
ranked
organized
queue.
play,
I'm talking
yeah.
about like I
I'm talking
queue up
about
in
just-
ranked,
yeah.
expecting that sometimes it's going to go well, sometimes it's not going to go well. Sometimes I get games where people are like mad at each other. They're telling me I suck or I should have done this other decision, and then they go and do the same decision. Or like I'm trying to call stuff, and then they immediately. And you know, sometimes it's like, you know what? This game can be reset if we all pretend that none of us were talking, and we just play it as if we were silent from the beginning.
That
'cause
is the
sometimes
last
those
game of the night, then, though. From my perspective,
I've come back from those. I've taken deep breaths. I get back into it. I get new
I
people.
could come back
There's
from
no
someone doing
point.
that.
I just don't
Yeah.
feel like there's a point
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
Well, you get a new group of people if you're playing ranked.
Oh
right?
yeah, sure. I mean, you can as an
Yeah,
individual.
yeah.
But I'm just saying the party dynamic is
Yeah, the
is-
party
is
that you're
done.
in, that you started with. If you
Unless
started
you're
with
like-
all comms,
Yeah.
if me, you, Forrest, Slushy, Justin.
So
Mert,
you're thinking of it in the context of like pre-organ. I'm talking about it like I queue up
that's
in
what you
ranked
guys
with
were
maybe no other people.
Oh, and like in an Overwatch match, everyone has comms and one guy mutes.
Yeah. But like I didn't start with any of the people on my team. I'm in ranked.
Oh,
Like
that's different
like
than what
that's
we're talking about.
yeah, it
Oh.
is different. Maybe we were talking past each other.
I think so. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that
yeah.
when I'm in a group with a Discord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what me-
I've never done
Well, that's
that.
what him and I have been talking about this entire time.
Yeah, that was.
Right.
The
I heard you say
perspective we had.
ranked, and you said then I heard you say
Well,
me
we
not
were
playing
talking
ranked.
party
We're talking
going
about
into
party like into ranked.
Yeah, I don't.
That's where
I
it
don't do
started.
that. Yeah.
Oh wow.
But no, that one like.
Even if
that
that's not
that's
exactly
why
what
I'm
I
saying,
said,
if
that's
that
what
would
we were
happen,
meaning.
right.
So
Yeah, that would be the last. Yeah, like if
Yeah,
if
yeah,
the
yeah,
if the
yeah.
social dynamic.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, if you're just with randoms and ranked, and
Yeah.
you decided
But I
even
knew when
then-
I'm with randoms.
even then, I don't even consider muting toxic. I wouldn't consider it toxic. It's just like
It's preventive for the toxicity.
well, it can
Right.
feel toxic,
It
but
can
like,
feel toxic.
but like, I'm not gonna
Well,
sit here and empirically
Yeah.
say you were wrong for muting. I'm just gonna say I don't want to part.
I will say it's a symptom of there having been toxicity. But if I'm in a group full of randoms,
yourself.
what?
You could just be mad at yourself.
I
for
usually am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
If I'm
the thing
tilted,
that
I'm
triggers me
usually
the
most.
We have a player in our circuit who's one of the best top laners in Wisconsin.
Really?
And he hates himself.
Oh, jeez.
That's not me.
And like this guy is so good. He's so good. And he literally is like he says
Widowy.
Wait a wee.
he literally is like, bro, I shouldn't be alive.
Oh
my gosh. Yeah, he just complete pity parties himself and he's like
That drives me
insane.
crazy.
Yep. And it's like
I can't play games with people.
yeah,
like
I
that.
can barely play with him because of that. It's just it frustrates me to no end.
I
No
agree.
offense to anybody out there that's suffering.
So you were
but
thinking-
it's just-
But I love him. I
Yeah,
love him
I
when he's in a
believe
good
in
mood.
suffering.
When he's in a good mood, he's great.
Yes.
But man, when he's in a bad mood, I'm like, dude.
So were you thinking of the toxicity issue as mainly being an issue that affects groups of people that join
No,
up
I was
together?
trying to just get back to the original statement, which is what is trash talking and what is toxicity?
Yes.
I don't trash talk my like friends
I
when
do.
I'm playing.
I trash talk
I
my
mean,
friends.
Do you
more
ever
than
get
but-
triggered by trash talk? Because you feel like somebody that just
Me?
yeah would just
Oh,
gloss right over.
absolutely not.
Yeah, I didn't
I
think so.
think I like to give back like
Right,
110%.
Right.
I'm kind of toxic. Not gonna lie.
You just pulled the Alex Jones. Oh,
I'm kind of toxic. You're kind of toxic. Controversial, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
I
I mean,
throw
that
some.
is the
do you
only
think
way
the
to
game
combat it,
companies
though, right?
are too soft?
Yeah, 100%.
But see, you're from COD lobbies. Everything is too soft.
Yeah, absolutely. I was that 10-year-old yelling at whatever older 30-year-old dudes playing Call of Duty,
Yeah,
talking
true.
anything. Where I was the
Oh
one
my
just throwing
gosh.
words that should not be said out loud, nonstop, over and over again.
Yeah.
I would be the one that's being that. Like I was stereotypically that 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I remember in my household, my mom literally said she's never heard like we don't swear in our household typically.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for me introducing swearing into our family.
Oh, my God.
Otherwise, it would have been like a nightmare.
You've brought culture to your family.
Yeah, yeah.
You've
I-
increased the
yeah,
vocabulary.
yeah. Western traditions has been introduced to my family, and I remember my mom used to yell at me. Cause she's like, I've never heard this kid swear. So she thought I was like going through anger problems. She thought I was going through issues. I'm like, no, this is Call of Duty. You don't understand. Modern Warfare 2 quickscoping is like a thing. Silent shots, dude. 360s, 720. Oh my god, don't even get me started. Rust, bro. 1v1 me on Rust.
Yeah.
You don't even know what that means. I know it's tragic.
I
but
know what Rust is.
Do you know what 1v1 me on Rust means?
Yeah, do you?
Maybe not 1v1.
Do you know where the spots are? The spawn
Do you remember
spots,
when
dude?
Banks and
Nature?
Nade Shot went at it in that?
Oh,
thing?
wait,
that
I
was
kinda-
1v1
That's
Rust.
1v1ing on Rust.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. All
It's
right.
tough, dude. It's tough.
It's
Nade
like-
won. Nade won.
It's
right?
like what duels used to
Banks,
be in
Banks.
six.
Oh.
What,
crushed.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh my
those.
gosh, that was so.
What
sick.
duels used to be in like 16th century Europe? 1v1ing in
Honestly,
Rust.
yes.
Oh,
is-
yes.
yeah.
Without a
And
doubt.
thankfully, you don't have to like
Die.
end your life.
Yeah. Although sometimes you might want to. You lose bad enough as Nate Shot did to Banks. I mean, like I understand the impulse.
He bounced back. He bounced back.
Yeah,
He's
It's
just
been
resilient.
tough.
yeah.
After that, what did we have? Black Ops, Nuketown.
Ops
Oh,
six.
it's kind of tough.
New
dude,
Nuketown. New Nuketown's not bad.
Yeah. New Nuketown. Okay. No,
I
new
like
zombies.
the
I don't know, bro.
I don't know. The toxicity thing is really interesting because it's like you got all these people who are acting sane only on the accounts that they want to protect. When in reality, like all these other Smurfs I was playing with have accounts just like mine. And they're only it's like you think that like toxicity has gotten down, but it's not. People are just the same, but they're just hiding it. And then you got these companies like, yeah, we've had a lot less reports and much better. It's like, no, you just blocked it, but people are still vile.
Absolutely. Take this from someone who's been
Vile.
banned a few times. Hardware ID, maybe. Voice chat ban, countless amount of times.
Right.
And I can honestly say, I don't even go on game chat anymore. Prox chat entirely off for me. I play primarily off Discord and with the people I play with. Because it's literally pointless for me to
Yeah, because
get
you're just gonna insta-ban.
voice chat ban, and then I have to use Discord anyways, and I play Discord, and then all of a sudden I'm, whatever. And
That is within the last year that you started Discord, yeah? Like doing it regularly? Because
yeah,
when I
yeah,
first
it's
played
been-
with y'all, it was always
Well,
like in
Discord-
COD.
Discord
Well,
wasn't really integrated into consoles until like last
This
year,
generation,
before,
right?
Yeah.
well, I used to play PC before.
True.
Give or take one or two hardware ID bans. That's not important. Not important.
He's not a cheater, you guys. He just had it on his computer. There's a difference.
Are you outing me? What is that? Are you suggesting something?
I don't know.
I just hear Chris is better than you at League, and I don't know why, but you're the League guy.
All right.
Oh,
Maybe at TFT.
Toxicity in gaming, toxicity in podcasts.
that is true.
She did. She did just break into gold before me.
Nice.
TFT.
Are you surprised?
No.
No, me neither.
I remember
Does she go
hit-
Black Rose?
She hit diamond. She hit diamond in it, and I was like, okay.
Diamond's above platinum, right?
Yeah.
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 Maybe.
Well, this was before Emerald was introduced, so she hit diamond. She hit diamond before that, and so she hit like top 0.1%.
Wow.
No. I'm sorry.
Point.
She hit 1.5%.
1.5% still.
But I was like,
I
she had
remember
just
those
learned
days.
the game not even a year ago, like when
That's
she hit it,
insane.
and I was like,
Oh,
I was
I
like,
see now. I'm like, wait, just last year.
holy crap! Like, she hadn't played any games or anything like that. She tried to get into Apex.
Yeah.
But
Talk about a game with movement as like a
Unfortunate.
central
she tried to get
mechanic.
into Apex, but she's like,
That is weird.
I'd play Apex with
she's
her.
like, I can't hit anything,
hate
and I'm
Apex.
like, you're literally dealing with people who've been playing shooters for 20 years.
Sweats. Yep.
Right.
They're not even sweats; they're just doing it in their sleep.
Well,
Because
You know
they're
what I
sweating
mean?
when they sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
You ever
They're
wake
smart.
up in
But
a
you get my
wet
point,
bed?
right? Like,
Yeah.
sweats.
Like she,
You play Black Ops 6?
I have, yeah.
Omni movement?
Omni movement, I actually love.
Me too.
I freaking love it.
Me too.
It's so ridiculous.
Saved me. many
You can like
times.
dive backwards and stuff, right?
You can dive
Sideways
in
if
any
you want.
direction.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
sprint. in
Omni
any direction.
movement.
Yeah.
Omni movement.
It's-
How would you sprint sideways? Just IRL.
Are
Like,
you
at
actually asking
sprinting
me? I have a
speed-
cable, so I'm restricted.
Yeah,
Well,
but
you
if you
think about
thought,
like
Have
you
you
know,
ever heard of side
NFL
shuffling?
drill. Yeah, that's
Side
the thing.
shuffling,
It's
like,
like
you know,
shuffling,
like, you gotta
right?
do
I
it.
mean, NFL players
Skirt.
can shuffle very
More
very
realistic.
fast, Yeah.
More realistic. Sniping, great. I think Black Ops 6, sniper based. Resurgence map, at least.
Sure.
Can we talk about a topic?
what's up?
Gamer girls.